Rocking up to a customer's home, delivery in hand, a peckish Uber Eats driver has a few spare seconds, dipping his hand into the bag to pluck out a hot chip, popping it into his mouth before handing over the takeaway order. It's a scenario customers have often suspected but find hard to prove, the new evidence leaving many disgusted.
What a pig.
Oh, you're joking. It's not honest. Someone took a bite out of my roll just before I was to eat it. I wouldn't be too happy.
Wouldn't want to eat them, especially seeing as I don't know where his hands have been.
As an Uber Eats customer, Margarita Castillo has questioned why she regularly receives less than her full order after it's been dropped off.
Are they chewing their food or they are just taking food from the bags? It's very suspicious.
Stuart Cameron helps restaurants with their social media. They tell him food from online delivery services often goes missing en route and there's little they can do.
The drivers are just cancelling the orders and then the customers are ringing the restaurant to say, where's my food?
He says drivers need to be better educated around food safety.
I think there probably needs to be some sort of regulation put in place that maybe the staff need to go through training.
In a statement, Uber Eats said drivers are expected to comply with its community guidelines or risk losing access to the app for tampering, while other customers can't deny the temptation.
You know, I might do the same if I was him. You've got some nice chips waiting there.
Maybe that's why they call it Uber Eats.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't think I could resist.
Oh, well, hot chips.
No Uber Eats.
Yeah. Over to sport now with Mitch Hughes.
Mitch, a Kangaroos legend, has no sympathy for Greg Inglis.
He doesn't, unfortunately for Greg Inglis. That legend is also the coach. Thanks, team. Coming up after the break, Mal Meninga backs his decision to dump his skipper. And Mount Panorama's top guns gearing up for the Great Race.
Ready?
I'm ready.
It's timeless design, state-of-the-art technology, and captivating performance. Advanced new Mazda CX-3, a modern classic.
Imagine the purest dairy farms of Victoria, hand-selected for their sustainability, where the land and the herds are nurtured to produce a wholesome, rich cream. Imagine that cream crafted into an indulgent ice cream. New Blue Ribbon crafted ice cream, reimagined for good.
The Snooze Profiler can help you choose a bed that's right for you. Right now, buy any size mattress or bed frame and only pay the price of the single. Selected products only. Hurry on now. Find you're comfortable at Snooze.
Right now, Bridgestone's latest monster sale means huge savings on car, SUV and 4x4 tyres to suit every budget. For tyres and auto service you can count on, you're always in safe hands at your local Bridgestone Select.
Manolo, so cold, family. What's wrong?
It's dry.
Your scalp might get straighter. Try Head and Shoulders Dry Scalp Care. It nourishes the scalp and keeps you up to 100% flake-free. Head and Shoulders Dry Scalp Care.
Get ready to get on a good thing. Good food, good company, good family fun. Good times all round at Newcastle Harness Racing Club.
Wondering if you're driving one of the 2 in 7 vehicles affected by the Takata airbag recall? Enter your number plate at ismyairbagsafe.com.au or text Takata to 0487-airbag.
Labor and Liberal spent $50,000 million on the NBN, $200 million on drought relief. Wake up, Australia. They don't care about you. Make Australia great. United Australia Party.
Authorised by James McDonald for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
This will go fast.
Don't be last. Europe Early Bird airfares are out now at Flight Centre. Check out this amazing deal starting from under $1,200. So hot it won't last. Best in the air.
And everywhere.
Oval Wildlife Park, the ultimate hands-on experience. Get friendly with lemurs, see dingoes, alligators, llamas, koalas, kangaroos, and cool off in Splash Bay. Oval Wildlife Park.
Wildlife Water Fun, all in one.
Meninga has no sympathy for Greg Inglis. The Kangaroos coach today revealed how disappointed he was in his sacked skipper, but didn't rule out the possibility of him leading the Aussies again in the future.
Business as usual today for Kangaroos coach Mal Meninga, directing the Prime Minister's 13 around the park ahead of their trip to Papua New Guinea. The last 48 hours, however, have been anything but. On Monday, he named Greg Inglis as his new Australian skipper, only for him to be caught drink driving 3 hours later.
He stuffed up, he's made a poor judgment, error of judgment, and he's paid the price for it.
That price was heavy, stripped of the captaincy and suspended for 2 matches, which just happened to be tests against the Kiwis and Tonga.
Really excited about the role, first Indigenous captain since Arthur Beetson, to captain his country in rugby league. So he's really disappointed in himself.
Inglis's chance of leading his country in the future, not over.
He'll lead Queensland next year. I was reading that in the media today, and then we'll make some decisions at the back end of the year next year about who our leaders will be, or our captain will be.
Meninga endorsing Boy Cordner as skipper.
He's had a terrific year. He's a great leader and a great role model for our game.
After a torrid end to the season, Ben Hunt retained his Kangaroos jersey and has come up with new ways to deal with off-field pressures.
I've completely got off social media now, and I've done a few things away from football just to clear my mind.
Neil Breen, NBN News.
Now to breaking news on Cooper Cronk's injured shoulder, and the Roosters say he may still need surgery, but are giving him a month to heal naturally. Cronk's shoulder was all the talk at the Tricolours Awards evening.
After their grand final win, the Roosters were back in their playing kit, marching towards their new home ground, the SCG. Last night it was a different look. At their team awards night, some of the players were clearly feeling the effects of some solid partying.
Oh man, I don't want to talk about beer at the moment. I've got a high July. I'm pretty dehydrated, so yeah, it's good.
The biggest time in your life ever?
Nah, never stopped. So I'm been nursing my sore head today, but it's all worth it.
Can you get over it? Can you believe it?
I can't. I always look at this. It's mad. So I think this just keeps reminding me. So it's pretty hectic.
Who's been the best on the celebration?
Kiri, I'll have to say.
Why? What's he
mate, he's just best on ground, best off.
Cooper Cronk wasn't the best rooster on the field in the grand final, but certainly the bravest. The legend of Cronk is about to grow even further. It turns out he may need a plate inserted in his shoulder if it doesn't heal in a month. Cooper's courage, is that still a topic of conversation?
Yeah, he's just the guy. Everyone's obviously praised him and of how good he is, and obviously the way he got through that game, and he knew we needed him, and obviously I think he got another scan on it today and he's in a bit of pain, but I think he said it's all worth it.
His teammates have revealed Cronk knew he was facing the prospect of surgery going into the match. That's a price you pay, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. He knew if he did play, there's going to be some serious pain and have surgery required if he did, and he knew that, and it didn't stop him at all.
Danny Weidler, NBN News.
There'll be an emotional farewell at Bathurst on Sunday. After more than 5 decades, Ford Falcons will race around Mount Panorama for the last time. The historic goodbye fueling Ford drivers who want to send the iconic car out in style.
If the Bathurst locals didn't already know the supercar circus was back in town, they sure do now. Revheads lining the streets, hanging off balconies, wishing their favourite drivers a safe and speedy passage around Mount Panorama. The biggest cheers saved for retiring 6-time champion Craig Lowndes.
Oh, Craig, son of my own, I got a tattoo. What do you think?
2018 is a bittersweet year for Ford fans. It's the last time Falcons will race around the mountain before they're replaced by Mustangs. The Falcon has a rich history in Bathurst, its first win coming in 1967 with Harry Firth and Fred Gibson. The most recent success, Chaz Mostert in 2014.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit sad to come back next year not with the Falcon, but it's like anything, you got to move with the times. It's exciting to see Ford back in the sport next year with Mustang, and looking forward to this
this year first, so we'll get out there, give the Falcon a red hot crack and see if we can get one last win for it.
Ford fans are desperate to farewell the Falcon with victory this weekend, and the leading Ford driver in the championship at the moment is this man, Scott McLaughlin. Scott, what would it mean to send the Falcon out a winner on Sunday?
It'd be very cool, you know, it's something that, we all, as Falcon drivers, fellow Ford drivers, aspire to achieve, so we'll give it our best shot.
Blue Oval diehards already looking forward to the new era.
I'm looking forward to Mustang, actually. Mustang will be awesome.
Luke Duffy, NBN News.
In just a moment, Jeff Horn serves up some friendly fire to his next opponent. And the final run is set for the world's richest turf race.
Still feeling it, Pete. Only a few more years of teenagers, and you've got guaranteed future value on this Kluger with Toyota Access.
Still feeling it? Nothing spoils that Toyota value feeling with the spacious Kluger GX from just $43,990 drive away. Search Toyota value. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Terry Shear, Australia's leading landlord insurance specialist, can protect your property and rental income from just $1 a day.
As a first-time investor, Terry Shear provides the security I need.
Call Terry Shear or go online.
There are two ways to make a mattress. The cheap way, one piece, single-sided with attached pillow top made out of foam. Yes, Mr. Harvey, they should be 50% off. The best way, two-piece, double-sided, removable pillow top with thousands of microcoils and a 5-year comfort promise. Sorry, Mr. Harvey, we make them, you don't. The Bellissimo Duo 4000.
Making mattresses. Nobody makes a better mattress. Nobody. The game of football is about pain. I thought foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I'm in good. I'm so glad those are supports in my shoes.
See if they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at Good Feet Store, Katara.
It took me 3 years of saving to buy my first car, so I really wanted to make it mine.
Everyone comments about them. They get it straight away when they see me. I love it.
My plates.
My plates.
Visit myplates.com.au.
The Paris Agreement, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. To higher electricity prices, that's what for. Unemployment, power rationing. Throw away the Paris Agreement. Vote one United Australia Party.
Authorised by James McDonald for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
Best sheds, up to 40% cheaper. Double garages, 3,900. Triple garages, 6,200. 4-car garage, 5,300. Manufactured by us right here in Australia with a 20-year manufacturer's warranty. American barns from 6,300. Farm sheds, 8,500. Industrial buildings, 13,300. Call Best Sheds, 1-800 15 17 18 or visit bestsheds.com.au.